we go.
Right. How you guys doing? We are here back for another episode because this is season 7, episode 54 of the Few Show. Oh, Merry Christmas. Well, no, that was a month ago. But here we are back again, and we're doing a little special this time. I believe this is our first time that we are going YouTube live. That's right. So anything can happen. If I pass gas, if I sneeze, if the ceiling falls on me, it will be recorded here. No editing forever and ever. So
this is history in the making, Bogy. This is live, like. Live.
All right. So I'm your man, Captain Bogy, and I am with
JFEW in the house.
That's right. So what's up, brother? JFEW, how you been, brother?
Good, man. I'm really excited for tonight's show. It's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to be talking about some Royal Rumble reactions here.
That's right. So we just had the 36th annual Royal Rumble. 36? That's a lot. 36. Think about that. You're 36 years old. That was since you were a little baby in Pampers. The 36th Royal Rumble. And this took place January 28th, 2023 in San Antonio, Texas in the Alamo Dome.
Wow.
So it was very exciting. And just to give a quick shout out, the Few Showed podcast, T.F.S pod, is kind of came out of the Few Show, and they do a predictions, and from time to time we join in, and we had a nice little predictions contest, and then it came down to the 2 ultimate winners of the best picks of the T.F.S pod predictions, which came out to be 24/7 Lou and your man Captain Bogy. So there were 2 kings that night with the best picks, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So this is the post review, and we're going to give you our reactions to these matches here. So let's start off with, I'm going to ask JFEW, out of a rating of 10 as being like the ultimate, what rating would you give this particular Royal Rumble that we just witnessed?
Man, that's a good one, Bo. This was a really great Royal Rumble. I really enjoyed the event. It went past midnight, and there was just a lot of good action in the whole card. I want to say I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
So,
excuse me.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. The filler matches what brought down the event. But I think that the 2 Rumble matches, the men's, the women's, and
we're going to get into those specific. So you can save those particular reactions when we get to it.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general, that's why I would give it a 9. I thought that was pretty good. What about you?
I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. And it was solid, definitely. But I'm going to be a little picky because to give it a 9 or a 10 is like, it had to be, WrestleMania type, feeling, strength, power. But definitely a solid 8, man. Very entertaining, from beginning to end. And of course, they surprised us with the first match, what happened to be the Royal Rumble for the men's, Royal Rumble match. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
Now there were 51,338 fanatics in attendance. So
Ooh.
it was huge. I mean that thing was filled to the rafters.
That's a
Of
lot of
course,
people, man. That's
yes,
that's more than most events, right? That
yes,
WWE has. That's a big show.
exactly. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with. So let's see. So we'll start off with the Men's Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little reveal. Oh, even sexier. So for the Men's Royal Rumble, it was a 30-man Royal Rumble match for the undisputed WWE Universal match at WrestleMania 39. And I'll give you a quick rundown. Are you ready for this rundown? Is everybody in the order that came into the match?
I'm hooked. I'm ready.
Here we go. Number 1, Gunther, and just remember that name. Number 2, Sheamus. The number 3, The Miz. Number 4, Kofi Kingston. Number 5, Johnny Gargano. Number 6, Xavier Woods. Number 7, Karrion Kross. Number 8, Chad Gable. Number 9, Drew McIntyre. Oof. So now you know if you got Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in there, there's a lot of powerful moves going to be happening. Then we had at number 10, Santos Escobar. 11, Angelo Dawkins. 12, Brock Lesnar, which lasted about 4 to 5 minutes, which is kind of surprising, but at the same time, not. Brock Lesnar is definitely a highlight. He can show up for a minute anywhere, and it's going to blow the roof. We're going to have a great time. But
get paid $3 million while at it.
Oh my goodness, yes. And I don't know what he actually just gave us a little extra, because when he got thrown out of that ring, he went buck wild. He grabbed the steel steps and threw it on the announce table, man. You saw that?
Yeah, man.
That was
you got to be
great.
careful, man. Like, and it's like those suplexes, like he gives some of the other wrestlers, they look like borderline dangerous,
Yeah, man. And not only that, but he hung around, and at one point, who was it that came in? Baron Corbin. He was coming into the ring, and Brock Lesnar ran around about two halves of the ring and freaking just sideswiped him. And then of course he did an F5 on him.
Took him out.
Then, he just looked pissed off. Like he wasn't supposed to be out that quick. And at the point that even he grabbed the referee, he's like so pissed off. He grabbed the referee and he freaking pushed him over the barrier. Freaking referee ended up with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that the referee actually got his foot was hurt. So
really,
yeah, unfortunately. And then finally, a lot of the referees and the people from the back, security, they came out and they kicked out Brock Lesnar, which is not something that a job that I would want to uptake. So, all right. So after Brock Lesnar got kicked out, then of course Bob Lashley came in, and actually Bob Lashley was the one that got rid of Brock Lesnar. So definitely there's going to be some beef going on, and a match to watch in the future. Then after Bobby Lashley came in, then there was Barry Corbin at 14. Number 15, Seth freaking Rollins. And number 16, we had Otis. Number 17, Rey Mysterio was supposed to come out.
But he didn't come out. What was up with that?
So who came out instead of that?
Nobody. It was 29 guys in that event. They're missing one.
Exactly. So actually, it was Dominic that came out to Rey Mysterio's music with his mask in his hand, kind of letting us know, hey, sorry guys, Rey Mysterio is not going to make this particular Royal Rumble because I probably kicked his ass in the back. So unfortunately, Rey Mysterio was not able to come out. But later on, from some of the news, I heard that Rey Mysterio actually really got hurt and he was not able to perform. Which, I mean, is not a norm. I mean, Royal Rumbles, I mean, everyone that is slated for it comes out and, does the thing. So right after Rey Mysterio, then it was number 18, Dominic came out. Dominic Mysterio. And at number 19, we got Elias. Number 20,
Oh my
Finn.
God, Elias. I mean, that was
Yeah.
terrible. What I mean, this guy has so much potential, and it's unfortunate to see that he's like now at the lower card.
Yeah. And then at number 20, we got Finn Balor. Oh, so that's going to be interesting. And then at number 21, from the announce table, we got Booker T. That's right, the 5-5.
You know what? When he came out, I think I screamed so loud. My wife was like, "What's going on?" And I was just so captivated that he came out. It was so nostalgic for that 1 minute that he was in there.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah. And here's a little backstory on that. So, Booker T, he said, you know what? I'm going to bring my gear with me just in case. You never know. Even Charlotte Flair, in an interview that she had, she said that, there was some match that she was supposed to come back and she thought she was just going to make a regular appearance. But she did not bring her gear with her. And she had to have, someone that works for her go and bring the gear, to where she was. So because she was slated to perform that night,
Right.
at the last minute. So same thing with Booker T. Booker T said, you know what? I'm going to bring my gear just in case. Bam. He gets a text. Hey, Book, guess what? You're going to be in the Royal Rumble. And here he came in at number 21. And of course, he went ahead and did his amazing
Spinaroonie.
That's right, man. Hey, you know what? Nostalgia is a beautiful thing, man. I'm an 80s kid. Nostalgia is an amazing thing, man. I just loved it, man, when he went ahead and did that. All right, so let's continue on. So we got number 22, Damian Priest.
Oh, that guy's a really good wrestler.
Yes, number 23, Montez Ford. Number 24, Edge. Oh my God, when that music hit, he came out with that intensity, and he looks freaking amazing.
He looks great, yeah.
Great, man. Then we got at 25, one of my faves from today's is Austin Theory.
Oh yeah.
Then we got number 26, Omos. Oh my God.
Hobo?
Omos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This guy's about what, like 15 feet tall? Jesus.
Yeah, they're not utilizing him right, but well.
At number 27, we got Braun Strowman. Number 28, Ricochet. And at number 29, number 28, 29, it's going to be a nice little surprise. At number 29, Logan Paul. Man.
Yeah, he had quite the performance.
Yes, and he had a heck of a 2022. So it was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure he was hyped, and he's about making moments, just like every wrestler. But
Dude, that was the moment when him and Ricochet clotheslined each other off that rope. That was insane.
Man, I've rewinded that and watched it a few times. It was just such an amazing moment. And then at number 30, we got Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, that's right.
Bam!
Obvious winner.
Yeah, man. So it went down, and for I believe this is, and I think it did happen. This is the first WrestleMania where the first entrant, which was Gunther, was at the very end So it was Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. And you know, Gunther has gotten a lot of props, not only from Cody Rhodes, but from a lot of other wrestlers, and that's probably part of the reason, you know, that he was there at the very end. And then of course, you know, Cody Rhodes
I
goes
was
ahead.
impressed with the amount of time he lasted. I still think that Gunther is not main event material yet.
Well, I don't know, but I saw an interview where Cody Rhodes was mentioning how a lot of wrestlers, after their matches and they go back to the gorilla position past the curtains, that a lot of them, you know, mentioned to, you know, the guys, the bigwigs that are making decisions, that wrestling Gunther was a great experience. That he was, you know, really good, professional. So he, you know, he might be an underdog, but it looks like, you know, he definitely has there's a lot of trust in him, because think about it, they could have had any of these guys, you know, be from the last four, but one of the last you would expect, you know, was Gunther. And you know, there's a lot that he's bringing to the table when it comes to WWE wrestling. So all
Do
right,
you
so
do you think you can defeat him in a match?
negative.
No.
I am a regular Joe, and Gunther definitely has the experience and the cojones to, you know, get into a ring and do what he does as a professional. So
Yeah.
let's talk about this match here. So out of 10, what would you rate this particular 30-man Royal Rumble elimination match?
Well, it was a very good match. It was had a couple of botches in it, but overall, it was a pretty good match. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I thought it
Okay,
was pretty good.
I think I'll agree with you. You know, it was definitely a solid 8, and an 8 is not bad. Come on. So a solid 8 out of 10. I think it was very. It
I
was.
mean, it wasn't the '92 Rumble that's behind you there. That background.
Oh, let me just move to the side a little bit so you guys
That is
can
like
see a little
the
more.
ultimate Rumble. That's my favorite Rumble right there.
1992 Royal Rumble, baby. That's right. All right. So so let's go to our next match of the night, which was Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a Mountain Dew pitch black match. So you witnessed it. Your reaction. Oh, this is the Few Show doing reactions on this particular pay-per-view event. So how did you enjoy this?
I'm not a fan of turning off lights and stuff like that. I like bright lights. I like seeing the action like in the ring, and it was called a pitch black match, I think it was.
Yes,
And it was just weird. I mean,
the Mountain Dew
yeah.
pitch black.
I even got up and took a little bathroom break and went to the fridge because
Really?
I was literally
Oh my
I
God.
was literally exhausted from the first Rumble. It was like, wow, this was, it was good, and I needed a little break to catch myself.
Hey,
But it,
Bray
it was
Wyatt.
it was okay. It was a filler match, I
Hey,
guess.
Bray, I apologize for this guy. You know, in your first, pay-per-view match that you come, this guy is actually taking a break.
It
Not
was
only a break,
Hey,
but going to the bathroom.
we all knew who was gonna win. It was
It doesn't.
obvious.
Okay, we're not talking about who is. Let's talk about the match. All right. Okay. So I'll share with you guys. I was definitely intrigued by the match being a pitch black match, and actually Bray Wyatt had an interview. I believe it was like the previous day. Previous day, he had an interview, and it was pretty interesting. One of the questions he was asked was, "So, what is that Mountain Dew pitch black match going to look like?" And he said, "I don't even know. I have no idea how it's going to be. I just know that I'm going to be there, and we'll see how it goes." So for those that did not see it, so this particular Mountain Dew pitch black match, it was dark. The lights went out, but there was fluorescent lights going around. So the ropes were fluorescent lights here and there. You can see on the announcer's table there was some stuff that at some point they hit it and sparkling fluorescence came out. Even Bray Wyatt. What did you think of Bray Wyatt's makeup when because I don't know if you noticed, but the lights were on. He went to the corner. He kind of ducked in the corner buckle, and then the lights went out and the fluorescent lights went on, and he revealed all this funky, scary, freaking stuff. What did you think of that when he revealed himself?
Well, he looked like something out of Creep Show. He looked hideous, bro. He looked like a monster.
Yeah, man. And then LA Knight, I mean, you can see his gear, the shorts that he had, and I believe armband, they were glowing. So so that
LA Knight looks pretty impressive. I think he'll be a future champion maybe one day.
Yeah.
He looks good. He looks the part. He's great with the mic.
Interested on the mic. I was about to say that. Interesting on the mic.
Reminds me of a little bit of Rick Rude.
Ah, okay. Little Rick Rudish. All right, cool. So so that particular match, there was some high spots, and then of course Bray Wyatt got the 1, 2, 3. But it didn't end there. What happened after Bray Wyatt actually got his win?
Well, they were brawling up on into the crowd, and they came up to like this platform. And
now, before you continue, after he won the match, remember he kind of went to the corner of the buckles again, and he kind of came out with like another mask.
Yeah.
On top of the freaking whatever he had on already. So yeah, so they're battling. He brings him up to that other stage, and then what happened?
And then that other guy comes out. He's on top of he's up high in some, I don't know, platform.
Yeah.
And I don't remember his name, but he jumped off there and he took him out.
Yeah, that was very interesting how they ended that, even though the match already had finished like 5 minutes before.
Looked like a good old Shane McMahon moment.
Yeah. Actually, that is a Shane McMahon type of jump from the highest rafter possible.
And Captain Bogy. I know he's done that before too.
No, that was all special effects. It was just a lot of wires and stuff. So
okay.
I appreciate that. So yeah, Uncle Howdy, popped up out of nowhere from a top rafter and came down on LA Knight. So supposedly with a big ass elbow, and Bray Wyatt was there just overseeing the whole scene, and then of course the camera view kind of looks up at Bray Wyatt, and you see on the top of the platform that Uncle Howdy had just jumped down from. You see some of the what they call them, the Firefly house creatures.
Yeah.
They were all just hanging out there, and that's how they ended that segment. So it was creepy. It was kind of Undertaker-ish. So let's see what Bray Wyatt does with this. And
yeah, I mean, Bray Wyatt is like the new Undertaker, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely he's gotten the blessing of Undertaker, and I've seen some interviews where Undertaker, before Bray Wyatt left the last time, was trying to push Bray Wyatt. Looked like he was coaching him and trying to put him under his wing, and he kind of had that, that feeling that Bray Wyatt could be that next Undertaker type character. And but that interview that he gave, and Bray Wyatt, even he said it himself, he doesn't give many interviews, but that interview that he gave like a day or two before the Royal Rumble was kind of revealing, because he did mention, that a lot of what he's done in the past and what he's about to embark on with this new character is from his life, is from things that he's experienced. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we go to our third match, and just to mention, there were 5 matches in total, but of course, this is the Royal Rumble. So the the Royal Rumble for the men's and the women's, that always takes at least an hour and 10 minutes or more. So we're going to our third match, which was Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. So, JF.E.W, what did you think about this one?
It was a quick match.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping Alexa would win, but unfortunately, it didn't go that way. And then it was kind of mysterious right at the end when they started playing those reels or whatever, and I was wondering what is going to happen from here. But yeah, I mean, I expected Bianca Belair to win. They've been pushing her real hard, and I was really hoping for Alexa Bliss to come out with some sort of victory because she's a great performer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just a short SmackDown type of match,
Yeah. So I mean, great match. Bianca Belair, showing why she is a champion. Alexa Bliss, is also on par, and I agree with you. After the match was over, very interesting. Seeing Uncle Howdy and all that mysterious, type of Bray Wyatt, environment and atmosphere, and making us wonder. All right, so what is going on with Alexa Bliss? Are they getting together again to cause havoc and so forth? So, again, Bianca Belair, of course, got the win. She defending her championship belt. So, what would you say? What would you give a rating out of 10 for this particular match?
Well, because it was short and because it was obvious, I give it a 5 out of 10.
Ooh, wow. Wow, you're kind of mean. Okay. 5 out of 10.
I mean, there's so many matches, women's matches. I can't give it a 7 or 8. I mean, there's just been way better ones. This one was short,
No, it's true. It's true. I would say, thinking about along those lines, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And it's not to be generous, but these are two ladies that are in the top of their games, and I really enjoyed what they gave to us. So, but definitely very interesting what happened afterwards, where Alexa Bliss, was experiencing that Bray Wyatt, Howdy Doody, commotion in there. So, all right, so we're going to our fourth match, our 4th out of 5 matches, and this one was for the 30-woman Royal Rumble for the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 39. So, how about this? I'm just going to mention the names. I'm not going to say the number. You can go ahead and keep track as I say the names. So, the number 1 entrant, which we'll talk a little bit towards the end. Number 1 entrant was Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Dana Brooke, Emma, Shayna Baszler, Bayley, B-Fab, Roxanne Perez, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Natalia, whoa, old school, Candice LeRae, Zoe Stark, Zia Lee, Becky Lynch, oh boy, Tegan Knox, Asuka, hey, whoa, she came out looking crazy, Piper Niven, Tamina, Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega, Raquel Rodriguez,
She was great.
Mia Yim, Lacey Evans, and out of nowhere from the crowd, Michelle McCool. Oh, Undertaker's, significant other. Indy Hartwell, Sonya Deville, Shotzi, Nikki Cross. And at number 30, oh boy, Nia
Jax.
And of course, she came in like a boss, looking everybody in the eye, saying, "Yeah, try your best, Mo."
She was, and she beefed up a little bit too.
Yeah. So she got in there. She kicked some butt for a certain amount of time. But Rhea Ripley,
like all giants, guess what happened?
But Rhea Ripley at one point, scooped her up and she did the Ripley, one of her moves, threw her down to the ground, and she just said, "You know what? Everybody that's in here, let's freaking get her out of here." And it took whatever was left in there. It was probably about 10, 12 of them. And they all, with all their power, went ahead and took Nia Jax and threw her over the top rope. And then, of course, as we dwindle down the match itself, the winner came out to be Rhea Ripley.
Very impressive too. I love that ending of that match. It was really good, and I was pulling for what's her name? What's the other girl's name, bro? I forgot her name. It was Rhea Ripley. It was Asuka or whatever.
Yeah.
Asuka. And there was the other girl who was she was a former world champion, and now I don't remember her name. But anyways,
Raquel Rodriguez?
No, not Raquel Rodriguez. She had got eliminated before the Blondie.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I was really actually I have the name here, and
bring it up.
Yeah. So it came down to Liv Morgan. And I was pulling for her to win, but then she got blasted in the face with whatever that thing.
That green spew.
Yeah, and it blinded her, and that was it for both of those girls. But Rhea Ripley, man, she is like really impressive. Shades of China in some aspects with her strength. She's really strong and she's really impressive. I mean, you should see like early videos of her in her career, how slim and how small she was, and now she's just beefed up and she looks amazing.
Yeah,
she looks like something out of an Image comic book.
Which means what? I mean, share with us what that means.
Image is like a company in the 90s that made comics that were kind of like done by this guy named, I think his name was Jim Lee, and he did these awesome designs. He drew Spider-Man and X-Men and that kind of like style. It was a really cool style. Like that's what she looks like to me, like the way she's chiseled out, like muscle tone and everything. So yeah, that's what I meant. So she definitely looks powerful. She gets in the ring, even with some of the men. She will go to toe to toe. I've been seeing her these last few months, she's definitely solid. So it's going to be very interesting to see her as she picked for WrestleMania 39. That she is going up against Charlotte Flair
for the WWE Championship belt.
It's her time.
Yeah, man. So yeah. So and just to mention this real quick, my picks that I had, basically so far it was Cody Rhodes, it was Bray Wyatt. I picked Bianca Belair, so I got all those wins. And for this one here, I had picked Rhea Ripley. So you said you had picked who? Liv Morgan for this one?
I believe I had picked Liv Morgan. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had picked Sasha Banks. I thought she was gonna come back.
Actually, that was a very interesting one out of everybody's choices. When I saw that, it was like, wow, you are really being ballsy, but of course without the balls. But why did you pick her?
Because I thought that it was the right time, and we're on the road to WrestleMania, and Triple H, he's mending relationships, and he brought back Bray Wyatt and brought back the Monster Among Men, and he's been giving all these chances to all these guys when Vince released them, right? And I thought, well, maybe he had talked about her, saying what a good wrestler she is, and what are they gonna do next? Hey, we didn't even see Naomi there. That's another one that also was, I guess, like suspended or whatever.
I expected her there. I thought she was going to show up.
So yeah, I mean, I thought, well, she's gonna come back and she's gonna win it, but no.
Yeah, man. Well, we know that that she is, wrestling, but I believe out in Japan. So yeah, when you put that pick, I was like, nah, it looks like she's contracted.
Hey, I mean, you had a pick for the Royal Rumble. You put The Rock.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that has nothing to do with the status of what Sasha Banks is doing. All right.
No, but The Rock is making movies, so that was a pretty ballsy pick. And also, it was very interesting that you had that pick, because when you picked it, somebody had put a picture on Twitter of The Rock's mom sitting at ringside, and I was like, oh my god, his mother's there, so most probably he's gonna show up. But no, I mean, obviously she's also the auntie of the Usos and these other guys that are competing there. I mean, that's her family, so she's gonna be there because she's always there she's a wrestling fan as well. So
yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I was hoping, even though there were, of course, on the news outlets, that The Rock, we know he's extremely busy. He is a superstar of superstars, out there, of celebrities. But I was hoping that maybe behind the scenes, he was, doing his preparations, getting ready, getting warmed up, and that he was gonna be able to give us a surprise. That would have been nice. And if it would have happened, great. You know what? I still have hopes. Okay, so I have little inklings of faith that he can show up at WrestleMania and just give us one more show, one more match. As busy as he is, maybe behind the scenes he could still be, warming up and practicing and getting ready with being able to give us, just imagine, WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns is standing there saying, okay, there is nobody that can beat me because I am on top of the mountain. I have beaten the best of the best. I am the head of the table. I am the bloodline. No one before me can do what I do. So, since there is no one else for me to be challenged with, I am going to be leaving now. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, boom, boom, boom. What do you think?
Wow, I like that. I like that energy you bring. It's like It's almost like you want to fight someone.
I want to fight The Rock.
Wow, there's a
Give me one
challenge.
punch, I'll fall and I'll take the $100 or the $1,000 or whatever they want to give me.
How much would you fight The Rock for in the ring?
I would say for free, man. Let him body slam me. If he could pay my hospital bills after that, cool. And I'll be known. I'll be known for,
So just a body slam and a rock bottom.
He could do whatever.
And the people's elbow.
Just don't kill me, Rock. But give it to me, and then if you can pay my hospital bills, because I know that's where I'm gonna end up a few minutes after that. Just
all right. So let me give you my rating on this match. On the women's match, I'm gonna give it, since it started off slow a little bit, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. For the 30-woman Royal Rumble match, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. I really enjoyed it, and not only that, but a record was set where Rhea Ripley came in at number 1, and she lasted all 29 opponents to finish it off and win the Royal Rumble at number 30. As the last wrestler there.
Yeah.
And I mean the women, they go all out, but it's like, women, when women's matches, when they wrestle, they kind of have to do double the excitement, because the men's is like, that's already set in stone. Okay, the men's is gonna always rise, blah, but the women's, they always, seem to have to need to prove, so that we can talk a little more about it. So yeah, so I will give it a solid 8 out of 10. All right.
Match.
So that brings us to our last match of the night, the 5th out of the 5 matches, which was Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman and Sami Zayn. The rest of the bloodline was not there. So yeah, against Kevin Owens. And this was a singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. What can I say? It was a heck of a match. A lot of close calls. A lot of 2.5 counts. A bit of drama towards the end where Sami Zayn was showing some hesitation here and there. And but the match itself with both wrestlers was a solid match. I mean, they were not holding back. So what was your take on this particular match?
Man, the match was good. I mean, I expected it to be. I mean, they've already fought before, so
yes,
I've kind of expected it to be, like something to go quick and finish out the night.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was thinking, okay, definitely Roman's gonna win this, but it's gonna be quick, and it was good. It was good back and forth action. There were times where Roman almost lost, and
but remember. Just think, in the background there was a Sami Zayn factor. So continue.
Yeah, the Sami Zayn factor was it was awkward, and I think that Roman was trying to push Sami to another level of, I guess, like even more of a betrayal, and it was like. He was putting Sami in a weird position, because even though Sami had already chosen his allegiance, he didn't want Kevin to be crippled or anything like that. He also cared about him, that was his buddy from the old days, and
from the beginning.
From the beginning. So it was just an awkward situation. And I'll be honest with you, some of the brutality in that match, like the final part of that match was like it wasn't even needed to be on TV. Like I thought that the him hitting the back of his head against the ring steps was too much, especially
Yeah,
with like what's going on with concussions now. And
that
it
was
brought me back to when I watched The Rock versus Mick Foley at a Royal Rumble. It was at a Royal Rumble match, and The Rock hit Mick Foley. I don't know how many times in the head with a chair. I
oh my
never forgot that, and I was just like, it just left like a bitter taste in my mouth.
crazy.
It was crazy.
Imagine, and the wife, his wife, and the kids were there in the front row.
Yeah, yeah. And even though he had given The Rock the green light, it was still crazy, like The Rock doing all that to him. But anyways, that was another event. But this kind of that's what I was saying. It kind of felt similar when they were beating him down like that, and then at the end, when they tied him up, I mean, they kept kicking him in the face, and it was hard. It was rough.
Yeah. No, I agree. So the match itself was solid. The steps, the steel steps, where KO got slammed twice. You know what? Maybe once I would be okay with it. Which the first time I saw his head bounce off the edge of one of the steps. But I can't believe that they went ahead and did a second one. I mean, it was intense. I mean, they were making a point. They were making a story. They were making an exclamation point.
Of course.
But, yeah, I wish KO wouldn't have said, you know what, let's do one and we're cool with it. But the match itself, great match, and of course we know the story of the bloodline. Roman Reigns freaking rocking everything. But then with that X factor, because there's always been an X factor of Sami Zayn. And we know Sami Zayn's a good guy, but he wants to be down, with Roman Reigns, because not anybody can get down with Roman Reigns. So, if somebody's going to say, yo, you want to hang out with me? We're the baddest of the bad. What are you going to say? No. Of course you're going to say yes. So Sami Zayn, was, probably, very happy and amazed that he could hang out with the bloodline. But you can kind of see the cracks here and there of him. Not that he had an allegiance to KO. He didn't have an allegiance to him, but he has a history with him. Like you mentioned, they've known each other from the beginning of their wrestling days. They went up the circuits. They went up, all the small wrestling promotions in Canada, and they came, they pretty much came in together here in the States. So they do have a history.
Yeah.
But Sami Zayn, is also a human being. So I think it was the human being factor, not so much that, KO was my buddy. It was like he realized that, KO. So Roman Reigns pinned him 1, 2, 3, and then the real action, the real drama happened after the match. And I'll tell you the truth. We grew up in the Attitude Era. We grew up with storylines that were pretty crazy. But I was shocked. I don't think it was that necessary to go that far. But the number of super kicks that the Usos, were given to a handcuffed KO on the belt, I would have been okay with 1 or 2, but bro, I lost count how many super kicks the Usos gave, with the command of Roman Reigns, how many super kicks that they gave, Kevin Owens. And then, of course, I guess it was a build-up to Sami Zayn, as he had the chair, that Roman Reigns gave him. Roman Reigns told him, because at one point, remember, Sami Zayn, told Roman Reigns, which Roman Reigns was about to give him that chair shot, said, "No, you don't need to do it. You are the head of the table. You don't need to bring yourself to this, this low." And then Roman Reigns said, "You know what? You're right. I am the shit. I am the head of the table. I don't need to take care of KO with this chair. You do it." Oh boy, bro, the drama was there, man.
Yeah.
Aside from the violence was freaking ridiculous. But bro, they took us to a soap opera, up and down, man. It was, and gave Sami Zayn the chair, and we're hoping that Sami Zayn is not going to knock out KO, which he was KO'd already. KO was out of it.
Yeah.
And then, Sami Zayn pleasantly surprised us and smacked the shit out of Roman Reigns.
He gently whacked him. It was like he whacked him, saying, "Hey man, stop effing around," because he could have hit him way harder than that, And then Roman was like, he was just waiting for that. He was waiting for that moment so he could just lay out Sammy, and that's what happened. But the crazy thing about that was that Jay didn't like what he saw. That was like the second. That was like another storyline right there. And then he was like, "I'm not down with this." This. He was like, I didn't want this to happen to Sammy, and he took off.
Yeah, man.
And it's crazy because, he was kind of Jay was kind of like a reluctant member of this I'm sorry, what do you call it, the bloodline, because they had beef before. Him and Roman had a match in a Hell in a Cell.
Yes, sir.
There were things going on, and now you got Jay, like he doesn't want to be a part of that. So pretty interesting because he's still tag team champion with his brother. So what's going to happen now?
Well, just to answer a little bit what could happen now. So if Jey Uso is out of the championship, the tag team championship with Jimmy, remember they're the bloodline. So you do have a choice where Solo can team up with Jimmy, because remember there was a tag team match where it was the Usos and I believe it was I think it was Jey Uso got hurt, so
Sammy came in. But it's like that's so like, I get it. Wrestling, they can do anything they want, but I always thought, certain two guys, if they're the tag team champs, if one can't go, then you got to relinquish those belts. But whatever.
Well, it's like the New Day. Let's be realistic. It's like the New Day.
But when these guys came in, when they started making these rules, because that never happened before.
I know. Yeah, no, old school. Yeah. If it was the British Bulldogs, that's it was the British Bulldogs. If it was
Demolition had three members.
It was Demolition, and it was those two. So, but anyway, things evolve, man. I mean, grow up, man. All right, come with us. Come with the times. So anyway,
speaking of times, because the time is running short here, but
do it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give this match a 10 out of 10. I thought it was a great match.
Wow. Okay.
Great action. I loved it from the beginning to end. I couldn't believe it was 12:15 at night. I was hyped up, wondering what was going to happen. Great match. 10 out of 10.
Nice.
What about you?
I will give it a 9 out of 10. And 9 is solid. 10 out of 10. We're talking about Rock versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 18. That's a
Bogy
10.
versus JF.E.W. WrestleMania 40.
That's a 10 right there. But this was a solid 9 out of 10. A great ending to a certain storyline that is going to continue a next chapter in the storyline of the Bloodline and Sami Zayn, and I can't wait to see what happens. So good call, brother. Well,
Nice.
listen, overall, man, Royal Rumble, 36th annual Royal Rumble was very exciting. And again, here you are looking at one of the champions of the T.F.S. pod, predictions. So that's right. Myself and 24/7 Lou, we are the champions, and going into 2023.
All right. You already mentioned that you guys were the champions, in the beginning of the show. I get that. Congratulations. Now, what? Do you want a cookie?
Thank you. I'll take a cookie. I'll take Chinese buffet. I'll take
there you go.
Whatever you want.
You know what? You talked about you being the winner of the picks. You talked about your banner behind you, but you didn't ask me about my banner behind me.
Whoa! So I see that you would like to be like that gentleman that is behind you,
gentlemen, this is a legend behind me. This is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is a legend behind you, and I will give you props that you and Stone Cold look very similar on screen, minus that Stone Cold has balls and you don't. But other than that, I love your background.
Gee, thank you very much. But anyways, yeah, this banner is from the 1999 Royal Rumble. No chance in hell with Vince McMahon, who won it that year.
Nice.
But
all right, and then of course you guys know that mine's is the 1992 Royal Rumble. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this 36th annual Royal Rumble reaction video on it. And I know JFEW would like to finish us off with a nice little topic that he would like to end us with.
Well, yeah, Captain Bogy. I think for that, I do want to say something though. Recently, last night, we found out that Leaping Lanny Poffo, the Macho Man's brother, passed away at the age of 68 years old.
Wow.
And he was a great wrestler back in the 80s and 90s, had some really great moments. Obviously, he was the brother of the Macho Man, and he held up his own. And even you actually met him one time, Bogy. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Lanny Poffo. And, that's really sad because that's another legend that we have lost, and there's not many of them left anymore.
I know. For sure, man. All right. So we're going to go ahead and finish off this season 7, episode 54 of this YouTube live. So this was live. And, hey, listen, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see that this goes right up into YouTube. But for future episodes, we are definitely going to go ahead and put flyers out there and to share with you guys, so you guys can actually join us and even have little conversations with us on the side. Because there is a little box where you can go ahead and put comments, and we can chat and answer questions and go back and forth with how you feel about whatever we're talking about here. So that's going to be very exciting. So any last words, JFEW?
Yeah, guys, thank you for joining us. If you like this channel, hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons to stay up to date on what is going on. The F.E.W. Show, the #1 wrestling talk show on YouTube, in Florida, and in the freaking universe. Game over.
That's right. So not even Thanos can touch us. Okay, we're beyond that mother. You know what? All right. So here we are about to end. So here we have JFEW saying,
game over.
man Bogy saying, enough said. And thank you guys for watching the show.